Hello, everyone. I am Val Jean, and this is my world, at least as I see it. Welcome to my returning subscribers. Welcome to my new subscribers. And if you are catching the replay, thank you so very much, Team Replay. I greatly appreciate it. And we have fam in the house. Hello, Loopy. Good to see you. How are you? I was going to ask you what is in your cup and what is on your hook, but this is the wrong channel for that. What do you think about what's going on out here? This is some crazy stuff. Hello, Michelle. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Guess what I did? I went through all the things and I had my tabs open and I right clicked on one and everything consolidated. And I'm like, oh gosh, now I got to go through my history to pull stuff up, but we can do it. Hello, Darcia. Thank you so very much for being here and for the suggestion. I greatly appreciate it. Michelle is sipping on water and wishing for something much stronger. Oh yeah, you got the screamer today, don't you? I'm so sorry. I so sorry. Yeah, yeah. I'll pray for you. I luckily don't have anybody today because they went to the Black History Museum, and I said I thought we were doing this as a family, and they're like, I didn't remember saying that. I said, okay, you all go so I can finish my taxes. Have I finished my taxes? No, but I'm making a good start. So yay, I'm making a good start. Okay, we are. I didn't even know what to title this. This was a great suggestion from our dear Darcia. She wanted to know about money. And thank you, Michelle. I'd rather do something besides taxes, but it's so windy and cool outside. I need to be in the house, so it's all good. Um, I didn't even know what to title this thing because it is so flipping stupid. And I don't think anything is going to come from it. I am writing a digital training course on starting a YT channel. Go ahead with your bad self. Okay, now. Loopy says, I'm drinking water while cleaning the house for a home cooked dinner party. Been working on and off on scratch chicken and dumpling soup. I like plain chicken and dumplings. I can make the dough. For whatever reason, I cannot cook them, but I always made the dumplings and my mother did the cooking because when I cooked them, it was not a pretty sight. Not a pretty sight at all. Yeah, I love chicken and dumplings. And you have to get a stewing hen and not a chicken. Get more flavor that way. And you're cleaning the house. God love you. I would like to be cleaning my house. But yeah, we need to do this. And the reason I had not done this is because nobody's going to do anything about it. Because we know, okay, let me do the easy stuff first and then we'll get into the meats and bones of it. The orange guy wants to send regular prisoners to other countries. See, he's just it's a new recipe since I lost my old one in a move. Wish me luck. Good luck. Good luck. Oh, and I think I was proven right. They released his physical on Sunday, and in the doctor's report they said they saw no scoring from the supposed gunshot wound on the right ear. I said that was fake. But yes, best of luck. I am nibbling on salmon croquet. Go on with your bad self. Go right on ahead. Oh, I got pissed off last night when I heard this. But we've got two possible scenarios, and I've already written to my peoples. I sat down and wrote to them last night because the hype is that the Social Security website is going to be taken down off the government site and moved to X. And I politely told the people from my world that I guess I need to be over here in the corner, that X has crashed so often lately and has been hacked that our SSA information would not be secure on X, and to please stop it. They don't need to be moving a government department to a private website. It does not need to happen. Now, so that was last night. So I went back and looked at it today because, things change overnight. They can't decide what they're doing. So I asked SSA website moving to X. 3 days ago, Wired said the Social Security Administration is gutting regional staff, and the SSA is going to shift to Elon Musk's X agency plans. And then earlier today said no, it was just the communications. The Hill said the agency will be using X to communicate to the press and the public, formerly known as Twitter, because they're going to close all of the offices, but they aren't going to put the SSA information on there. But the thing is, if you need information about your SSA, I don't have a Twitter account. I don't want a Twitter account. I'm not going to go look for my SSA information, I'm sorry, on X. It is a government department. It needs to stay with the government. It does not need to be on a privately owned website that keeps getting hacked. I wrote to my peoples last night, and I forgot to send a blurb to Hakeem Jeffrey and Mike Johnson, because, no, that makes no sense. No, he said he took a cognitive test and he got a perfect score. That's what he said. Hello, Granny. How are you? Ain't that the truth? So many dumb decisions. I know. And it's kind of like I didn't get a chance to put all of my links in because things have been changing like every hour, every half hour, every 15 minutes. And I'm sitting here going, I can't do a live stream when you all haven't decided what you're going to do. So we're just going to do what we can do. Okay. Why are they moving a sensitive info source when they can't protect the damn money that they are stealing? Because if everybody has to go to X to access their accounts and do everything they have to do with the SSA, that's more traffic for X. So there's a possibility that he can get more ad revenue. So that's money in Musk's pocket. He's looking out for himself. But he's got no conflict of interest. It looks like conflict of interest to me. I'm just saying. Because remember last week, it was down practically a whole day because every time they brought it up, somebody hacked into it and brought it down again. And Musk couldn't fix it. And he's supposed to be tech support. And they want to put but like I said, this one says it's just the communications. It's not the actual information. It's still too much. Is whatever they put on there. It does not need to be on a private site. And now you have to create a sign in order to track your. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh no, nobody ever does. No. And then they lied and said he was 6'3" and weighed 224 pounds. And they compared him with an athlete who was 6'3" and 224, and they're like, yeah, no. Okay, where was I? Let me see. I'm in my history because, like I said, all of my slides collapsed. So I apologize for not having it the way we normally have it. But yeah, there's just so much ignorance going on. Harvard did not bow down to Trump's demands, so he's cut their federal funding. The Democrats, I love me some Democrats. The Democrats said, of course, that it was inside trading with Marjorie Taylor Greene. And of course, the White House said, no, it wasn't. Where is my clip? Okay. Brian had it. Okay, let me bring up Brian. I have to remember to put all these people in the. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I guess I have to.
Collapse. Take all the time you need with that one. Now, AOC had
Hold
weighed
on,
in on
Brian.
this issue a few days ago, perhaps referencing Greene herself when she wrote, implicated in a possible insider trading scandal emanating from the White House. Per Business Insider, in the hours before President Donald Trump announced a 90-day partial pause on a slew of new tariffs on foreign goods, he declared on social media that it was a great time to buy. One of his loudest allies in Congress had already gotten the message. According to a disclosure made public on Monday, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene plunged somewhere between $21,000 and $315,000 into the stock market on April 8th and April 9th, investing in 17 different companies, including Apple, Elon Musk's Tesla, Nvidia, and Palantir. Trump's tariff pause announcement sent markets soaring on April 9th, and anyone who purchased stocks in the final hours or days before Trump's announcement would have seen significant gains. Now, Greene was asked for a response to the allegation and responded that she signed a fiduciary agreement to allow my financial advisor to control my investments. Quote, all of my investments are reported with full transparency. Of course, I suppose the legitimacy of that claim depends on whether you believe that she had zero contact with her financial advisor, which may be true, and it was just lucky and coincidental that a member of Congress's financial advisor happened to time the market exactly right in the middle of an economic collapse that virtually nobody else was able to see. Or, of course, the flip side is that, well, she got a heads up and benefited accordingly. I can't say one way or the other, but perhaps those watching might feel differently.
I'm inclined to believe she got a heads up. What do you all think? I think she got a heads up, and then Trump had the billionaires at the White House, and he was saying how many millions and billions of dollars they earned at this little thing. Yeah. I had to stop watching my political channels as my nerves just can't take much more. I just stay in prayer. Yes, Granny, Jesse Dollarmore said, turn off the TVs, step away. Just step away. Just step away. There's a lot of things that they're doing that I can't watch because I'm just thoroughly disgusted with them. Granny, my daughter, has been monitoring me because she banned me from watching them too. Yeah, I had to. That's how I got into those karma videos, because I had to step back from the political videos because number one, they lie. Number two, like I said, they change things every 15 minutes to an hour, and I can't keep up. And then number three, they lie. And we've got this government. I sneak in here because she is at work. Thank you. Thank you. And the thing is that we got to keep informed so we can fight back, even if we're fighting uphill with no weapons. We still have to call them out. We still have to tell them what's going on, but we can pick our battles because they're doing too many crazy things. Yeah, you know what? That's what I was thinking, because if Barron is 6'7", Barron is more than 4 inches taller than Donald. He can't be 6'3". There's too great a distance between the two. Darcia says, no, they don't need to be on a regular website. Social Security, they are dipping into it from the beginning. See, yeah. And they're trying to keep us from figuring it out. And just think, if they put all of our stuff on X, the hackers have already proven that they can get in. We're being violated from every front. Hello, Pebbly Pooh. Welcome in. So good to see you. Thank you for coming. Get your hand right. Exactly. So the hacker. Yeah, I'm gonna say it out loud. I'm such a small channel; they won't know it's me. I really wish I could contact the hackers and get them to go into SSA and put up such a solid firewall that Musk and his little bro buddies can't get in. Seal up our information and seal the treasury so that they can't get in. But I don't know who these hackers are, but I wish I could get in contact with them and say, hey, stop the madness. Leave X alone. No, mess with X. I like you messing with X, but go protect us while you're at it. Thank you, Michelle. Girl, MTG, she goes up for re-election in 26. She is running against, I think his name is Brian Ossoff. And I hope Georgia has sense enough to vote for him. Granny, if you know anybody in Georgia, Darcia, you're in Georgia, aren't you? Yeah. Darcia, start talking to your peoples, please. They have to vote for Ossoff. I have seen him speak, and he's very intelligent. Now, mind you, we know all politicians lie, but yeah. RST would say Tesla. I love you too, Michelle. You know I do. For sure. Heads up. Yeah, we gotta know. We gotta know. And then Darcia reminded me that we owe money to China. And China's not playing with the tariff wars. And if they call in their money, we're going to be in a world of hurt. And I saw today somebody went through a gift shop in one of Trump's golf courses. They went through the gift shop. Everything in there was either made in China, Vietnam, or Taiwan. He had no American-made products. But then he's just a contradiction in terms. You know, he says we're not going to do this, we're not going to do this. We have to shop American, but he's not buying American. And he's reaping the proceeds. Where was I? Oh, this is where he's bragging with, and the one man was Charles Schwab.
This is Charles Schwab. It's not just a company, it's actually an individual. And he made $2.5 billion today, and he made $900 million. That's not bad. He's in financials. I've always been fine. This is Charles
and they think that's funny.
It's not just a company, it's actually an individual. And he made.
It's just, and they don't want to pay taxes on that. They want to make all that money, but they don't want to pay taxes. Of course, she got a heads up for the heads up job she performs, right? That's true. He does wear lifts. That's true. Oh, Mama Mia, it's nuts. Some days I obtain. You obtain what? Or you abstain? You abstain. Wouldn't need Lipsy be. I love it, Michelle. I feel like my information was violated way back when Muskrat and his teens took the midnight raids into the system. I said the same thing, and my brother-in-law is a former prosecutor for Randolph County, Missouri, and he says, oh, our information is all over everywhere anyway. I found my Social Security on the dark web. And I'm like, oh, his Social Security number. And I was kind of like, what were you doing on the dark web? But I didn't ask. I did not ask. More like our healthcare research needs protection from Mr. Brainworm. Yeah, we're not going to have any research for a while because they cut Harvard's funding, but Harvard is standing up for their rights. And it's John. I got the Ossoff right. Yeah, he would be great. I've heard him speak and he is fantastic. Yeah, we owe money to Japan? What the heck? Yeah, anybody would be better than MTG. She her, Boebert, and Nancy Mace. We need to get them out of office. First of all, they only want white men in the government. Why are they in there anyway? Yep, they're siding with China. I don't know why he's playing these games with China, because remember the reason that that Musk did that first tweet even before inauguration, not to vote on the budget, was because he didn't want to lose his trade agreement with China. MD has changed the Department of Aging to MD Relief Longevity, cutting budget $1.2 million. North Carolina asked for I think it's 18-month extension to FEMA for debris removal. And they said, it's denied. You should be able to remove your own debris. And that's a statewide thing. That's not a government thing. Granny said, yeah, ha, ha, ha. Whilst we're getting the shit. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Well, they don't need to lie anymore, but they will because it's entertainment for them. Yeah, because they want to see how much they can get away with. If you want to know how vulnerable you are, look at the dark web, girl. No, because I'm already upset and unhappy. I don't need to be that depressed. Check. Oh, yes. Oh, she had that on there? Because I saw her this morning talking about, what was she talking about this morning? I don't remember. Japan. Okay. I love some Tabitha Speaks. She's good and she's entertaining. Let's see. She's also against the Young Turks. Ooh.
So all this time, we thought it was China that was selling off bonds that made Donald Trump do an about face on those tariffs. Turns out it was Japan. Before we get into it, hey everybody, I'm Tabitha. If you've come across this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button. If you've come across this video out there on social media and you are not following me on my other social media pages, please do so. Hit that follow button. I'm trying to get to 500,000 followers on each and every one of my social media pages. Baby, Japan say, we can't trust you. Japan say, things ain't looking good. Y'all got an egomaniac as y'all president, and he's incompetent, and he's greedy. Yeah, let us cash in these bonds and let us cash them in today.
Well, I mean, because of the mixed messaging, how can you doubt them? I mean, let's be clear what happened. Who capitulated here and why? And I don't want to say this because I'm a patriot. I'm an American. But it is the White House who capitulated based on everything I hear and all my sources. And the reason why is because of the bond market and what happened last night. You know, Bessent knows this better than anybody. When you have yields on the 10-year rising to 5%, stuff starts shutting down when you have the lending markets screwed up. By the way, who was dumping the bonds? Somebody asked them if it was China, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't. It was Japan. While he was negotiating with Japan, according to my sources, who are running major money management firms that are involved in the bond market without giving up names, Japan was dumping bonds because they believed this was not a great place to do business. That forced their hands. Now, what you can say, I think, legitimately here, is Trump decided to take the win.
And so y'all know what I had to do. I had to go on over and chat with Mildred because Japan, I don't know why, wasn't even on my radar. Oh. Anywho, back to the story. For those of you who do not know, Mildred is ChatGPT. Me and ChatGPT been hanging real tough. We go together real bad. And so I was like, ChatGPT is my bestie at this point. She need a name. So Mildred is what we came up with. Yes, I actually had a conversation with ChatGPT and we came up with Mildred. So I went on over and I said, Mildred, how much does Japan hold in U.S. treasuries? And Mildred said, as of January 2025, Japan holds approximately 1.079 trillion in U.S. treasuries. Japan holds more than China. And yes, Japan is now in partnership with China when it comes to trade. Oh yeah, we are definitely up the creek without a fucking paddle.
Lord God, we're screwed. Just out loud and for real, we are just screwed. He is such a flippin' idiot. Oh, let me get this. I need to, this will help me considerably when it comes time to putting my stuff up here. Yahoo. I had started looking at this, Michelle. I had forgotten until she started talking because I think my daughter called. But yeah, I love me some Tabitha. So that's the search I used, and here is the link. Because I have to give her props. I have to go back and get Brian. Brian and Jack Cottrella had similar messages. Jack had the talking bites from Chris Murphy and Hakeem Jeffries. So they're investigating, and the AG from New York, and I just saw her name and it just flew out of my head, but she's also opening an investigation to see if it's in insider trading. Yeah, Jack is good. Jack's on point. When we were talking about who we watched before, I forgot to mention Jack. But so I watched Jack, Adam, Brian. I love me some Reese. Sometimes I do Roland Martin. Roland and Don, I've got to have a cup of coffee and just a little time because they're too passionate about it, and it's overwhelming. And like Don says, turn off the TV. So those are two I turned off. They're good, and if they have something going on that I'm really seriously interested in, I will watch them. Roland Martin has a segment he does called the Crockett Chronicles, and he'll highlight something that Jasmine Crockett has said. I love that. Yeah, Granny, I know you love some Reese. I love Reese. He knows his stuff, but he's got researchers behind him. And I love all these people because they do their research. They don't just say, well, no, they do their research and they bring it to the table. And there's some people I'm kind of iffy on how well they did their research. And I just skip over them because I don't have time to research them as well if I'm researching a topic. And Trump thought, oh, this was funny. I saw this and I was like, yeah, no. Oh, hold on. I got to go through the commercial. Come on, Chris. Oh, let's see. This is Jack's take on the thing, but I have to wait until Chris finishes his commercial. But this is Jack, and I'll go through and pull these out and put them in the description. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He adds some chuckles, and I like it now because he'll ask a question and he's got that little voice thing. And that's entertaining. U.S. has been up a creek for a long time. We sold to China and other countries. Plus, the U.S. still owes China and other countries too. Right? And I went and China, they were complaining about China was owning the Panama Canal. China owns land in the U.S. Some of these farms that have been sold, China's bought them up. But I think there's only 1%. Let me see. I had looked this up. So you know I have to look it up again because I don't remember the numbers. Okay, let's see. Make sure you all can see this. No, you can't. Okay. Yep, China owns land in Missouri. They sure do. They bought out some of those farms, girl. I was thoroughly outdone. Okay, let's see. This was in 2023. Well, let me go down. We got one here in 2024. Let's see. Do we have one for 2025? No. Oh, yes, we do. Who's this? Blooms and Greens. I'm not sure about you, but... Oh, here we go. News Nation. Let's see what News Nation has to say. Wait a minute, sir. First, you got to speak. Then I got to get you on camera.
Buying up.
Hold on. Just slow your roll. Oh, he's on here. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure you all could see him. Hold on, sir.
She's really been trying to get to the bottom of something that's been happening in America's heartland. Chinese businesses buying up farmland. Here's senior national correspondent Brian Enton reporting from Oklahoma.
All right, here's one of the Chinese places right here, and they just built this barn in the last 8 months, and the door's open, by the way. Let me stop and blow my horn, see if anybody comes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do see a dog.
There's a dog. That tells me somebody's here.
No one came out. The truck out front was not here yesterday.
Now, there's a lot there. Brian's been reporting on this a number of times. And President Trump's new agriculture secretary, Brooke Rollins, says in a new interview that they're looking for a federal solution to stop it. As a matter of fact, you see the headline here. There's a spokesperson who told News Nation that Secretary Rollins will follow the president's lead on China, understands the importance of market access. At the same time, China, she says, must be held accountable. So with this issue in focus, we do want to go by the numbers tonight on a little bit here, okay? Put the first number up. 277,000. As of 2023, Chinese owners had just over 277,000 acres of agricultural land, less than 1% of all the foreign-held land here in the United States. And it's actually down from a year earlier when you're at 347,000, just about, in terms of 347,000 acres. It's still a huge increase, though. Over 15 years ago, China held just under 14,000 acres in the United States. Now, you look at this a little bit closer, and the data shows that by far it's the, you see it right in here, the state of Texas that has the most Chinese-owned lands, almost 124,000 acres, right there, 123,708.
Missouri, 42,905 acres is owned by China.
And it's North Carolina, Missouri, and Florida that follow on the map behind me in terms of the biggest owners, landowners in the United States. Now, here's what's interesting.
No, I'm sorry, because, sir, Utah has 33,033 acres, which is more than Florida's 12,798 acres. Granny D, they own 44,263 acres in North Carolina. Oh, Lord. What is wrong with this country? Hold on, let me give you this link. Yeah, my screen went blank. I don't know why. They didn't want us to know what was happening. Dinky Jen, hello, hello. How are you? Girl, they need to stop. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Let me see what happened to this thing. Hold on, Jack. I'll be back. I'm coming back to you. Hold on. Oh, YT pulled the plug on me.
Ladies over 180 pounds.
Let's see. Where's the graph?
Here's what's interesting about it as well. Canada, with 15.3 million acres, they're number one in terms of foreign-owned land, right? So, and the Canadian land, or the percentage of foreign-owned land, comes to 33% for Canada. So you talk a lot about China, but it's still Canada, probably a little less of a threat, right? Is foreign-owned land leaders. Well, who knows? We've been watching the hockey game tonight. Maybe things are changing. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to join.
And they said that they need Greenland. They need to be worried about Canada. To my way of thinking, what do I know? And that's what brings us back to the stock market. When Martha Stewart did it, they locked her up. Yeah. But when they did it, no one knew anything until recently. The GOP is selling everything. See? And mind you, if they call for an investigation, you need people to tell you what's happening. But we've got people who are sitting back and lying. They can't get any, because case in point, the Maryland man that they dragged out of his home and sent to El Salvador after the judge told them to turn the planes around, he can't get anybody to factually tell him where they were when they got his message, why didn't they stop, who received the message, and why they didn't turn the plane around. Because they're gaslighting. I agree. We seem to think that the enemy is no, the enemy. Yeah, he always talked about the enemy within, but he's the enemy. And unfortunately, those lily livers in the Supreme Court has given him immunity if he's working for the benefit of the country, and he's labeled everything the benefit of the country. And he's pardoning everybody who has the least little bit of bias. Yeah, it's inside. It's inside. And well, we got a cabinet of crooks and billionaires. When he was running for president, I just kind of it went over my head because we don't really vote for independents. But since he's been speaking out and traveling the country, I have gotten a newfound respect for Bernie Sanders. He is on point. He doesn't mind speaking out. He is not going to bend the knee. And he and AOC are throwing down. I love it. I love it. I love it because Hakeem is trying to be a little too refined. That's why I love Maxwell Frost, because he will get in the dirt with you and tell you what he thinks, and he will call you names, and he will not apologize. And we know Jasmine, that's my girl, but I love Kassar and Garcia. Is that the only one on my radar? Yeah, because Wesley Bell hasn't said anything yet, so I don't know if I'm in his corner or not, but I write him a lot of letters. He was an honorable man. He was an honorable man. And even with all of the dirt he did, Bill Clinton was the only one who could balance the budget. So we got to overlook some of the things he did because he was working for the people. But the rest of these yahoos, oh my Lord, have mercy. Well, like I said, he was sitting next to Miss Lee and she was doing all the speaking. I guess, but he's only been there for 77 days. He's learning the ropes. I hope he finds his voice, but he's, when they're all on the Capitol steps and everything, he is there. He is present. He's just, he's a freshman congressman. So he hasn't earned his wings yet. Alana Presley. I love Alana. That girl, that sister's good. He worked for the people because he didn't have any build-up. Darcia. Oh, and I want Comer out too. Comer works my nerves. I know you. I know. I know. Yeah. And I said he did dirt. I said, first thing out of my mouth was, he did dirt, but he balanced the budget. Yep, I used to think a lot of Hakeem, but he's way too quiet lately. Yeah, Corey is, but Corey is in the Senate. And I have to go back and figure out who does what because I don't remember. Because everything goes through the House first, and then it gets to the Senate. And the people who are really upsetting me, MTG, Nancy Mace, and all those other Southern ladies, are in the Congress. So Corey being a senator is not really helping me. Yes, Comer is. He is. He is. Because Jasmine called for an investigation on Trump, and Comer said, he's been investigated before, right? And she said, yes, sir. And he says, and he wasn't convicted, right? And she says, no, sir, but we have new evidence. He says, I don't see any reason to investigate him again. And she says, I want to bring it to a vote. Well, there's more Republicans there. And he voted with all of the, and he held, okay, we're going to bring this to a vote. I say nay. All the Republicans said nay. He said, hit his gavel. Okay, motion denied. I didn't care how many blows. I actually thought Hillary should have left him, but they've been together all these years. And even during the inauguration, when she and I were sitting there rolling our eyes and having fun, he leaned over to her and said, "Hun," And she stopped. I'm like, go ahead, you all. Just go right ahead. Just go ahead. Somebody has to. You know what? I don't know if it's that so much as that he's trying to be too dignified. He's trying to be too dignified. He's going by the word of the law, which he should. He's trying to keep the Democrats in order, which he should, but he is trying. This is not the time to be dignified. And somebody asked him, why is he holding the Dems back? Why doesn't he let them get in the trenches, get up close and dirty like the Republicans are? And he says, just because they're doing wrong does not mean we need to do wrong as well. We are going to follow the rule of law and whatever else he said. And I'm sitting here going, Hakeem, baby, please. Please. So yeah, he's trying to be too professional about it. He got upset one day, and I forgot what he got upset about, but he said they were going to investigate the Republicans, and then he just went back to his normal professional self. And they asked Jasmine one day, why didn't she and Maxwell and the little Dems start a riot and walk out when Al Green walked out? And she says, we were called into the office and we were told not to. And she was asked, who called you into the office? She says, I can't say, but it's out there on the internet, so y'all can go look it up. But they were called into the office and told not to act up. A lot of the exactly. They didn't earn it. They didn't. Well, no, prime example is the whole thing. Not one of them have a political background that I can think of off the top of my head. He knows all of them from Fox TV. Or they were on some TV show that he saw, or they are billionaires or millionaires that have probably gone to Mar-a-Lago and paid $1 million to have dinner with him. And with them being sycophants, he knows that whatever he says, they're going to do, whether it's right, wrong, or something in between, which is the reason why he hired these people and didn't hire lawyers, because he knew they don't know the law. And when he tells them to do something, they're going to do it, and they're not going to say it's illegal because they don't know. We need see. What did they say about meritocracy? Not one of them have merit. Not one. Not one. He kept it. Michelle, I'm not talking to you anymore. We need to let go of old actions with old stupid. See. Let me see. She said, look it up in the internet. Okay, let's see. Because I never looked it up. But yeah. Well, I don't think it's probably been taken off 2 hours ago. Oh, heavens to Betsy. You know what? We're just going to go through the search because they're not answering my question, but each one is better than the one before. Here we go. This is fun. I asked, was Jasmine Crockett called into the office? 2 hours ago, Progressive Democrat Representative Jasmine Crockett referred to President Donald Trump as a buffoon, continuing to deploy colorful language. Oh, let's see. Jasmine Crockett received completely inappropriate call after heated exchange with Representative Nancy Mace. Mercy. I'm going to go back to that in a minute if we don't find what I'm looking for. Oh, yep, she got called into the office. She walked out of the speech. Jasmine Crockett just called everyone that's condemning her verbal attack on Governor Abbott a troll and said she's talking to her lawyer. Oh my gracious. I guess she can't represent herself. Well, he could be Hot Wheels. That wasn't as bad as some of the things she could have called him. I mean, seriously now. Let's see what they say about poor little Jazzy. Ooh. Oh, this is just her whole autobiography. Then why did you lead me to believe you were going to tell me the juice? Oh, that was her about. Oh. This is probably the one I said I was coming back to. Okay. Completely inappropriate. Let's see. Jasmine Crockett has long been known for her. Oh, wait a minute. Let me share this tab instead. Sorry. Okay. Okay, Michelle. Known for her willingness to speak truth to power, yet the aftermath of her heated exchange with Republican Nancy Mace left her with a response that, as she puts it, was completely inappropriate. We understand that you received a very unnerving call, co-host Sarah Hines said on The View. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Tons of calls from lots of haters all the time, but the particular call out for this unusual nature. Nope, this is not the one where she was called into the office. This was the Nancy Mace thing. Why does she look like she's wearing scrubs? Anyway, yeah, we've got some very entitled people in our administration. Loopy says, oh, did you see the prank in Silicon Valley where the crossing buttons now have an AI Elon? No, seriously? It was on MSNBC. Really? Girl. Silicon Valley, where the crossing buttons now have an AI. Girl, see. I need these people to block block our social security being moved. Okay. California cities are move out of my way. No, I don't want to create an account. I want you to move. Just move. No, that's okay. I know how to get around you. I just go back and pick somebody else. I wonder how many times it stutters. This is going to do the same thing, isn't it? This weekend, crosswalk signals in several peninsula cities were hacked. Instead of telling people to wait for the light to change colors, there were AI-generated messages impersonating Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. There were reports of the AI messages in Menlo Park, Redwood City, and Palo Alto. Bulu Berenice, one of the many people who saw the videos trending on social media, but she was skeptical that it was true. She decided to come down to the University Avenue in Palo Alto and check it out for herself. Now, are you going to let me see this, or are you going to do all kinds of crazy stuff? That's a wine party I am not interested in. Oh, that's an ad. I want to hear his voice. Oh, let's see.
People were greeted with messages from Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Tesla CEO Elon Musk.
So is this just proof that there are, after all, teenagers in Palo Alto, or does it mean something more sinister?
I'd like to personally welcome you to Palo Alto.
Hi, this is Mark Zuckerberg, but real ones call me the Zuck.
Now at 11, why are recordings of two of the world's richest men blaring at pedestrian crossings in Palo Alto? What this AI prank says about local security of infrastructure.
I thought, oh, this is probably a newer way to advertise. After the amusement of it all, I was like, oh, okay. It's definitely a security concern.
And then how two frontrunners to be Oakland's next mayor are scrambling madly to get their voters to the polls as the clock ticks down to Tuesday's election. And then how two North Bay mothers transformed a rundown bar into a space.
That's funny. Hi, Crystal. I believe it was Schumer that called them in. Oh, really? Hakeem was pretty upset with Schumer for voting behind. Yeah. But I kept hearing him say that if the government shut down, then they would be able to take over the courts. Jasmine Crockett said it's not true. I don't know enough about I don't remember what happened when the government shut down during Trump 1.0. So I don't know if Schumer was correct or if Jasmine was correct. I don't know. It would take somebody with a better memory than mine. I just knew that after 1.0, I did not want him in again. And that's when I started paying attention, because I just knew they weren't going to be that stupid. But they were. And I can't believe that they were that stupid. But they are. Some of them are going through the FAFO phase, and they're really sorry that they did. And some of them are like, oh, well, anytime an administration takes over, the first few months is really painful and it'll be okay. And I sit here and look at them and go, I'm sorry, what? It's going to be okay? Okay. But that is a deep ingrained prejudice against anybody who does not look like them. And really, in my naivete, I thought we were past that. It's the 21st century, people. Yeah, no. I didn't realize it was that widespread, and all we can do is all we have been doing is letting our voices be heard and letting them know where they messed up. Like, you all messed up. You can't hurt us without hurting your own first. Exactly. And as Jennifer said on iHip TV, they don't know how to be poor. We know how to be poor. We know how to make it. And they wanted tips from the Black folks on what they need to do to make it, because they're not going to be able to buy like they usually do because of the tariffs. And I think she asked Hakeem Jeffries, and he just started talking about something else. And I was like, you're not going to give her our secrets, huh? Or are you going to do it off camera? How is everybody's planting going? My seeds are sprouting. I'm ready to take the covers off. And hopefully I can keep them alive. That's the goal, staying alive. I have them, I let my amaryllis die down, and I took them off their little stands, and I'm putting my vegetables on that stand to get them some much needed sun. When it warms up, I'm going to take my regular plants outside, and I'm going to set up no, you know what? I might take them downstairs. I'm going to set up a shelving unit like this white shelf. I'm going to set up a shelving unit in front of my patio doors downstairs, and I'm going to put my pots of vegetables there. No, you know what? I'm going to leave the vegetables up in the kitchen, because that's where I'm going to need to do the harvest. I'm going to take the flowers downstairs. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm going to take my flowers downstairs if I don't. They have done very well out on the patio. Since I've been in this house since 2008, I might just put them out again, but I'm going to leave the vegetables indoors, because something always happens when I put my vegetables outdoors. I put my scrap garden in the dirt today. Yay! I have to run. See you tomorrow, Michelle. Take care. Don't run, walk. Hubby is driving while I decompress. I get to be a spoiled passenger princess. That is awesome. I am so happy for you, because, yeah, you deserve it, because they've been acting kind of crazy over there. And I'm sorry you are having to go through that. Some of my seeds are coming up now. My avocado plant not doing so good. Darcia, I asked you, and I missed what you said. Your avocado, because mine sprouted and then it died. I stuck the toothpicks in and put the bottom in water and let the top stay up. but I did not peel that outside peel. Do you peel that outside peel off? Because I've seen people say they don't peel it. They do peel it. Mine have never grown. My pineapple tops have never grown. I'm trying the tomato slices one more time, but my tomato slices have never grown. Ola Joe says that's the way she always grows tomatoes, but it didn't work for me. I've saved some orange seeds and some apple seeds. I'm going to see if I can get them to grow. No, you don't peel it. Okay, I'm gonna try it again because mine didn't grow. Like I said, it finally cracked open and the little shoot came up and then it just withered up and died. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. Let me see if Ola Joe is going live today, and we'll do a VJ raid over to Ola Joe because I have to ask her to give me permissions to raid her. And we can do the we can take the party bus over to Ola Joe's. But no, I don't see her. Let's see what she's got going on here. Did she put anything in her community tab? Or is she on the road again? Excuse me. I didn't bring excuse me, I didn't bring a drink in here. And my throat's getting dry. I apologize. I have only planted a hibiscus shrub and it's fighting to live. Girl, they fight. Can't you eat the flowers on the hibiscus? She says Wednesday, April the 16th. So she's already posted for tomorrow. Tuesday, she posted for today. Okay, she doesn't say. She doesn't say that she's not going live. Oh. Wait a minute, let me drop the link for Ola Joe. She doesn't have it scheduled yet, though. Okay, this is for Ola Joe. Wait a minute. Make this big so you can see what you're doing. My husband cut down my little avocado stem. He said it looked funny. I said it looks funny now. He cut it down? Oh, and you can make tea too? Don't they have the little pea things on it and you can plant and you can cook and eat the peas? I think that's hibiscus. Hibiscus shrub. I saw that in Texas, I think. Hibiscus flower tattoo, really? Let me see. Oh, that's pretty. So are you going to make tea with it, DC? It is make this. There we go. Known for their large, showy, trumpet-shaped flowers, grown for ornamentals. The Rose of Sharon, yes. I love those too. Let's see. They have all the colors. Commonly used as ornamentals, with some species like hibiscus sanderifa also used for tea and culinary purposes. Okay. Oh, they've got dry hibiscus. Really? I have not seen those at my Walmart. Doesn't say anything about the peds, though. I thought that was a hibiscus I had seen. There we go. Oh, that's how to grow them. Dried flowers. Hibiscus, whole herbs and spices. Okay. It's caffeine free. Herbs and spices. Delicious and refreshing, brewed alone or with other herbs. High in vitamin C and riboflavin, which is vitamin B2. They tell you how to brew it. You can have iced tea. They have lemon hibiscus. Oh, interesting, DC. I might look into that. But then we know my plants will die. Your kiddo wants to. There's nothing wrong with that. But the yard gets saturated on the border with blackberries and wineberries every May and June. Yeah. That would mean you would have to do a lot of pruning. But yeah, find a nice someplace nice, or cage it in so that it won't get choked. And it is 3:13, everybody. Thank you so much for spending this last hour. And that's wonderful, Dinky Jen, caffeine free. And 13 minutes with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Socially distance. Do whatever you need to do to protect yourselves, because we got the crud going around. Hopefully, Ola Jo will post when she's going to go live. She is not quite live yet. She might be having technical difficulties like she was last week. I am going to go get some tea and finish these dadgum taxes. Love you all. Take care now. Bye-bye.